Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, if you notice my voice sounds weird, it's because I actually have COVID.
You what?
And I'm on the tail end of it now. It was a little rough at first, but we're getting through it, and I'm surprised that I lasted this long without getting it. But sorry for my voice, and what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to just show you guys a little bit of an update on the Weeble portfolio, which is where I do a large portion of my trading and my investing. It's kind of my higher risk portfolio, and I wanted to kind of explain some of my recent moves on this account. I've actually made some good trades and closed out a lot of stuff here recently, so I'll dive into all of that. So we can take a quick look. The account overall is at 168,500 roughly. Up on the all-time, I believe. Well, actually, we can go take a look at the account performance here. All-time. Okay, well, here's the account over time, but this also factors in deposits. So this big bump there and these big bumps, those are actually like deposits. I deposited initially $50,000 into this account, and it grew all the way up to 138 at the most. But then with the 2022 crash that we saw, it came all the way back down, and that's where I deposited the additional $50,000. So I have $100,000 invested on this account, and we are sitting at $168,000, which for a few years of investing / trading, to me is very, very good, especially on this size of capital. I'm not looking to take, stupid levels of risk, but I have been pretty aggressive with my trades. Regardless, let's talk about what we've done recently. So I actually bought some gold in this account. People ask me how I trade gold in the US. Well, there it is. I actually just trade the gold ETF GLD, which allows me to mirror the movements of gold and trade gold on a regulated broker as a US client. As a US person, we can't really trade XAU USD on the Forex market without going to an offshore brokerage, which, is an option. But for me, with larger amounts of capital, I don't really like the idea of putting it into an offshore brokerage just because your money is not necessarily safe with offshore brokers. Regardless, let's continue. So I've got some Airbnb. This one's kind of been my big loser here. But of course, still some of the bigger ones we can take a look. If I look at unrealized Tesla, look at this. I had 50 shares. I actually sold. So I was up $40,000 total on my Tesla positions, and I closed half for a profit recently after the stock market has been up. The indices were up for a little while. I sold a lot of stuff a week and a half ago, which ended up being a really good timing, considering if we take a look at the SPY, if I go in here and I go to SPY, you can see that, the stock market itself actually rounded off and has seen a little bit of a downswing here recently. So I sold a bunch of stuff right near the top. I felt pretty good about that. With the willingness, honestly, of picking stuff back up, should we dip a little bit? But we saw a big rally up to, a pretty good point where I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and lock in some of my profits. So I am currently sitting, let me see if I can get you guys a total reading. I am currently sitting on 52,000 roughly in cash on this account. So that puts me at roughly a third, just a little bit less than a third of the account is actually in cash. Now, the reason I am doing that is because I want to have some dry powder in case things do turn back around. The stock market has been a really, really tough place in the last year plus, and it's not that I think that it's absolutely, going to crash back down, but I don't necessarily think that all of the easy stuff is behind us. I think, honestly, the stock market will have dips like it's been doing and potentially have more dips like that. So I'm willing to keep some dry powder and look for things to buy on dips. Now, some things that I've been trading are SPY specifically. I've still got a trade running on this one, but also SPXL is a leveraged ETF where you could potentially make leverage bets on the S&P 500, which of course you have to be careful with leverage. But regardless, if you're trading actively, this one can be kind of nice. And like I said, I've got my GLD long position, which I am just slightly negative on right now. So I bought gold here recently, so there I am on gold. So this is kind of where I place my trades as a US broker. or as a US client on a US broker. This is Future Nick, just letting you know that if you are a US citizen and you would like to trade with the broker that I personally recommend, which is Weeble, it's an amazing platform. It has all sorts of cool features. You can trade directly on their platform. And of course, you can trade a whole list of different assets, ETFs, markets like stocks. You can trade gold, the S&P, whatever you'd like to trade. And you can even dabble in options if that's something that you're interested in. Check out the link down below in the description. There will be an affiliate code to sign up with Weeble. If you use that link, you're going to get some form of special certain stocks. You should get a couple free stocks with signing up if you use that link. And so will I. So it's a win-win to help the channel. And if you'd like to sign up with Weeble, click the link down below. So I sold some things recently. I sold, okay, let's see. I sold my Target. I sold some Tesla, like I told you guys, which ended up being a pretty good timing. I think I sold it. What share did I get? Average price $9.19. So $9.19. So right around up here, which was good. I sold some of that. Walmart, if I take a look at Walmart, I sold some Walmart shares. Actually, I sold all my Walmart shares at 139.63. So right around here. I sold PayPal, I sold my Facebook position, I sold my Shopify, I sold my Amazon, and most of these things I was up on. So I took some profits off the table. And again, the reasoning here behind this is that this market environment, for me, just looks very rocky. It's still a pretty scary place. And for me as a trader, I'm willing to jump in and jump out. So if I take a look, for example, at SPY, I think that it's very possible that we could get a swing back down a little bit further. Maybe if that 50% retracement comes into play, that could start to become an area of interest for me. But again, that's kind of my thought process, is I'm basically buying the dips, selling the rips, and looking for opportunities to do so on shares that I really want. I've been trading, again, like I said, a lot of it is on the indices, specifically for my trading, and then I invest some more on individual shares. But overall, the account has been doing very, very well on the long-term perspective. Here is a monthly profile. You can see recently we've had some really ugly months. I talked about this in a recent video, down $17,000 in a month, which, yes, that's a lot of money. 7250, 13,000. So those were a really tough stretch of months during the 2022 absolute market crash. A lot of the stuff that I own is tech related, and tech just really took a nosedive. If you go look at the NASDAQ chart, in the last year plus, actually maybe in the editing side, we can pull up just a chart of QQQ or the NASDAQ on, you know, a 1 year basis or something like that. You can see it's been really, really ugly for stocks, especially tech stocks, which the NASDAQ is comprised of mostly. But we bounced back a lot. We were up 17% in a single month, 23,844. Now here's another thing, just full transparency. So these months have been admittedly very, very wild, right? Those swings are a bit much in my opinion. So I've actually also been taking some money out of the market purely just as a personal preference. These swings, you know, trust me, I believe in trading psychology and keeping yourself sane, but at the end of the day, we're all humans. And when you see your accounts doing these sorts of swings, that's something that you have to be, either you have to be the sort of person that's just totally okay with those sorts of swings, or you need to adjust your trading or investing to account for what you're comfortable with. And to me, despite all of this stuff happening, and I know, you know, I took high risk on this account to get it to this point to where I was able to grow it like this, but I don't really feel comfortable doing that for the long term. So I've actually been scaling down my size on positions. I've been taking profits on a lot of things that I've made money on. I've been taking money out of the markets with the idea of keeping dry powder and building positions on, you know, stocks and indices that I'm happy to do so on. So I would, you know, be happy to potentially build a bigger position on the S&P 500, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of where I'm at with the trading account. I just wanted to jump on here and give you guys a bit of an update because I know some of you guys really enjoy seeing this. This is, of course, all real stuff. It's no nonsense, no fake stuff. So, and you know, I know it's not the most glamorous numbers in the world. It's not like I'm making millions, but this is something that I plan to hopefully get to $1 million one day. Even if that takes 10 years or 5 years or whatever, we'll build this account slowly and surely. If you guys would like to sign up for Weeble, there's a link down below in the description. If you're in the US, I There might be a couple other countries that can use the link. If you use that link, you'll get 5 free stocks, I believe. And good luck. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Looks like it's time for your next trading video. Check out the videos here and here for more free trading content that should help you in your trading journey. We try and keep it real here, so make sure to subscribe for more content that is down to earth, realistic Forex trading content. See you in the next video.